Let's see. So hopefully she found it. We'll give her a minute. Oh, I might be early today. What? That never happens. I'm here and early and organized. Someone write this down. How's life? Has it gotten cold?
It's pretty warm for right now. Our
Really?
leaves usually turn about the first week of September, and they just turned a couple of days ago.
Wow.
So it's good. It's still close to 0 in the morning, but it warms up. It's going to be like 15 today,
Wow.
which is quite good for us.
That is good for you. It's been chilly here, but it's quite. I like autumn weather because it's sunny, but it's not too hot and it's not too cold, and you can wear
Uh
your
huh.
fuzzy hat. You know, you can sport all your fabulous fall gear. Have you seen the
Yeah.
moose lately?
Yeah, we've seen moose. We had a whole herd of elk go through yesterday,
Wow,
and so that was neat. And you saw two of them fighting a little
whoa!
bit, not too seriously, two of the males,
You got to get that on
and
film.
so so that's neat.
That's very
It's
cool.
just a good time of year. We've had a bear
Whoa!
come on our patio.
It's National Chocolate Milk Day,
I could cope with that.
by the
Mhm.
way, and I'll have National Chocolate Milk Alternative Beverage Day. I think there's probably a chocolate holiday every single day if you
As it
try,
should be.
right? I am a self-identified chocoholic. I have no problem letting people know that. You know, I am what I am. Now I'm a little hoarse. So one of my messages today is, yes, there's still probably COVID around. But the regular cold has been waiting for us to come back out. And good morning, Rula. You'll be there in 5 minutes. Oh, yes. T says, a moose, an elk, and a bear. Oh, you should have said, oh, my. She says, wow. Um, Rula says she'll be there in 5 minutes. Good morning. Good morning. Maybe she means the Zoom room. It's all good. So, yes, I caught a cold, a regular cold, because I actually tested to make sure it wasn't COVID. So I wouldn't
Spread.
but at the same time, you shouldn't spread the regular cold either, right?
Nope. True.
So I've been kind of hiding out for a bit.
I know that maybe we should start doing like the Japanese do when we go out. It's not into our way of living usually putting a mask
No,
going
well,
out.
it's become more of a way.
It's yeah more, but not. I don't think it's not a trend. Not yet.
I see more people in Toronto doing it than I did
Yeah.
ever before.
I see like in the sometimes when I do my grocery or I go to the library and one or two person do have a mask on, but not it. I hope it's because they have some little symptoms and they want to
They could also be
not
trying to
stress.
avoid all the other symptoms of the people
Mhm,
not doing it.
mhm.
But so you got to stay healthy and take care of yourselves.
Yep.
And when you do get sick, have a little rest.
Mhm.
Have a little rest. You know, resting is okay. Sometimes we have this idea that rest is bad. Pshaw. Rest is good. Pshaw.
It's not-
It's also National Corned Beef Hash Day. It's not
See,
very exciting, is it?
Not exciting. No, not as chocolate could be.
Yes, chocolate, not as exciting as chocolate at all.
Or
And-
peanut butter. Peanut butter. Yeah, that too.
And it's
peanut butter.
Ancestor Appreciation Day. So
Oh,
none of us would be here if we didn't have ancestors,
true.
theoretically, unless, we were grown in a jar. But
We do some genealogy at home here, so I do go into the ancestry thing.
good morning, Joy. Yes, I did do the 23andMe. And as expected, I'm something like 97% Scottish British. Are you surprised?
No.
But I did have a little bit of Coptic Egyptian.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah,
I'm going to let you know that it's autumn. It is now fall. So
Yeah.
there's
it is.
85 days till winter.
Don't go there.
Okay.
Go for spring.
Okay, there's 174 days until spring.
Good.
I was ready for you. I was ready for you.
I'm I'm happier when you go for spring. Yes.
Yes. 174 days until spring.
I'll be waiting.
Now tell me. It's also National Women's Health and Fitness Day or something like that. What do they call it?
Okay.
National Women's, yes, I got that right. National Women's Health and Fitness Day.
I can do that. We're
So-
doing that a little bit.
That's my day every day.
Yeah.
So what are our requests today?
The lovely triangle.
Triangles.
Yeah. Been a while, so I always sneak it around once in a while. Not too.
Tipping moon.
Tip
Yeah,
the
tipping
moon.
Yes.
I believe it or not, there's people who don't like triangle.
I know, but still, that's for me.
I like triangle. I like the triangle a lot.
Me too. I'm I'm with you.
It's like trying to find a way. So for the people who don't like triangle and you know who you are, it's trying to find a way to find that positioning where it actually feels good. All of yoga is finding
Mhm.
that place.
The part that I like is when we stretch all the way down, and that I don't have any problem. And the circle we do, and that's opening my hip, and I love that part.
Right? Now, I have Chen style part the wild Maine. That's serve the
Mhm.
cookies, right?
Oh, I love the cookie.
Right?
Yay.
Serve.
Yeah.
Well, we'll serve cookies anyway. Chocolate chip cookies.
That.
Anything
That,
twisty to untwist you.
Okay.
Joy.
Joy.
We could just shake, 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 shake.
Untwist,
Twisty.
untwist.
Dear's twisty. Oh, I got some things I've made up on the way. We'll do some made up stuff too.
True.
Made up.
Oh yeah, and when we do the tipping moon, we can do the balancing thing.
Floating half moon.
Yeah.
Floating half moon. Float.
Wasn't that a rainbow too? I was wondering for the name.
You're wondering the name of this?
There was a rain. Yeah, was that the rainbow? You called it? No,
It's just a floating half moon.
was,
I do rainbows like this.
yeah, I like moving.
That's why we do Tai Chi.
interesting.
So the thing for your body that it needs is to move.
Yeah.
So I can remember, and I can't remember names and everything, but I read the story of where I can't remember if it was Qigong or Tai Chi was invented because there was some kind of plague going on, and the doctor went into the villages, and the people were sitting around and they were sick. But the animals were like, la 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 la. He's like, if you stay still, you stagnate and the disease stays. And the animals were moving. So their chi was flowing and their energy was moving. And that's why they weren't sick in his mind. Now I'm paraphrasing and I'm probably bastardizing it, but it's something along those lines.
That's a nice story, and we can say Qigong has all the moves are like animals.
Right? Which is why he got it. He was watching, the animals do the things they do.
Yeah, the deer and the
Qigong.
dragons and things like that.
It was Qigong. You are
Yeah.
avec tout avec raison. Would you
I
mind
like
picking
that
up
word.
picking up a 6-pack of tonic? Okay. So I'm going. I was looking on Facebook actually to find out who's giving me the fabulous comments because I can't see. It just says Facebook user. But I'm going to my friend's cottage, and she asked me to pick up some tonic.
I don't know if it will help for your coughing.
Tonic is good. It's got that stuff in it that's anti-malarial.
Oh, well, you're not malarial.
I know I don't have malaria.
If you go to Africa, yes, I think you should
Come on.
try that. Yeah.
And then it depends on what else you put in with the tonic.
Yeah. I went to a whiskey festival. Oh, see, I thought it was Colin because Colin always gives me the hard questions, the hard moves. Colin, it is serving the cookies, right? And wherever you're watching from, Colin, it just says Facebook user. I thought that was probably you. What was I talking about?
Oh, we're talking about tonic, but we can go back further.
Right. Oh, yes. I was at a whiskey festival, and they say the cure to the cold is honey, lemon, ginger, and whiskey in a beverage.
Oh, well, I think in the olden times they could have done that. In Ireland, maybe or Scottish, they would stuff up whiskey.
Maybe. Brad calls whiskey Scottish penicillin.
So true.
Okay, so I think we got some good moves. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. Find your spot. I'll find my spot. I got my list. We got our feet on the ground. Maybe you can sit if you want. Spread out your toes. Take a breath in and stretch out your arms. Man, it would be hard to do this on an iPhone, Colin. Good for you. Or maybe you're just really good. You don't need to see. You just need to hear. Sink. Breathe in. The arms float up. Scoop up some good chi. Wrap in all this healing, love, and energy. And sink it down. Yesterday was Johnny Appleseed Day. So we did embrace the apples. Breathe in. Gather in energy. Bushels of apples. Sink. One more time like that. Breath in. Scoop up some good chi loving. Shoulders sink. And relax. And then if you're not there, take a foot out. And then open the door. Breathe in. And relax. Sink. Yeah. Breathe in. Float up. Light as air. And melt it down. Now this time, go up super high. Float up. Open your elbows wide and arch your back. Stretch open your fingers. Yes. And bring your arms forward. Sweep your arms forward. Tuck into a little ball and bring the backs of your hands together. And then open your palms, shoulders down. Stretch wide. Cow spine. And then tuck into a little ball. Roll your shoulders forward. Tuck into a little ball this way. Cat spine. Open. Stretch. And then roll shoulders forward. Remember rule number 2. Tuck into a little ball. That's not the rule. Float up, 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 up. Rule number 2 is don't do anything that hurts. So don't try to force a move, right? Cow spine. Tuck into a little ball. And this time reach your arms long behind you. Slide your hands down your back. The backs of your legs. If you can reach your feet, do that. Float up. And you know rule number 1 is you have to breathe. Open, stretch. Tuck, lift up your belly button. Reach your arms down the back. Slide. Try to bring your nose to your navel. And if you manage to do it, send me a picture. One more time, stretch. Curl into a little ball, lift up your belly. Tuck, 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 tuck. Sweep forward. Relax. A little chi hula. So I don't see Steve, but we can do a little twisty McTwistyson. Because you gotta undo your spine. Puppet your antlers. Float your foot out. Lunge into it, lengthen your waist, and turn. You point your top pinky back there. Look with your eyes too. Breathe in, float up. Drift back. Float side to side. Shoulders are soft. You just feel light as air, like a feather, like a fall leaf caught on the breeze. Pop out your antlers, stretch out your fingers. Float that foot out. Press into your back heel. Lift up through your spine and turn. And look. When you breathe in, float up. Take your feet a bit wide. Sink. Both arms are going to go to one side. So we're going to roll and lift. And then press down through the center. Press, press, press. Let your spine roll forward. And then tuck your bum, roll up. Roll one vertebrae at a time up. Sink down through the center. We're going to go that way. So it's like a little side bend. Open up. Slow-mo, shoulders drop down through the center. Let your spine roll forward and hang if you can. And then tuck your bum under, roll up one vertebrae at a time. And relax. Mouth soft. We're going to go one more on each side. So roll your ribs open, let your arms just float. Sink down through the center. You let yourself come forward as much as you can and hang. And then you roll up through the center. You relax, shoulders sink. One more to the other side. So it's like, whoa, you let your ribs do all that work. Down through the center, relax. Fold, fold, fold if you can. Knees are happy, right? Roll up. And sink. Float the arms up, hug the big moon. Float down. I had to remember what we were doing. Open the door, breathe in. Breathe out. Float up and open. This hand's gonna float across. You're gonna grab onto a cloud. Light as air. You just drift. Switch in the corner. And a little So even your hands are light, everything's light. As you float across, let your hands flatten. Give us a pull. And a push. And then grab onto your cloud again. Drift across. Breathing in, switch. And yes. Here we go. I'm trying to make it up as I go. Hands flatten. Give us a pull. And a push. This hand's going to roll back. Step in. Get ready to serve some cookies. So this hand goes out. This hand pushes. Right? So practice that again. This hand will just go out. This hand will push. So now we step out. We go press. What are we serving? Chocolate milk alternatives. Press. Breathe in. One more press. And then let this hand go around. And grab onto a cloud. Float across. Soft and gentle. You drift across. You step in. This hand's going to turn out. This hand is going to make cookies. So you serve the cookies. And then, or maybe it's corned beef hash today. Then you press away. No corned beef hash for me. I'll just have a drink. Thanks. And then you press away. And then maybe we step out and do the whole thing. Press. And then you come on back. And a little press. It's like the soup Nazi. Come back. 1 year. One more time. And then this hand's going to float down. Grab onto a cloud. Ah, so light and airy, right? As you come across, maybe a little hook, and maybe a little high five right there. A couple of loops would be great. Breathe in, shoulders relaxed. You're holding just a little butterfly wing. It's so light. You don't want to hurt it. Right there, there's your high five. Now stretch everything straight. Send those toes that way. Send that heel back. Stretch. Now bend this knee. And make sure you're feeling like you're in a good spot for your warrior two. Float up. Lift up your belly. Drop your shoulders and sink into a warrior two. So you're trying to open through here. Bring this hand back and side bend. Feel your ribs open. And then straighten both legs. Squeeze your bum. Lift up your belly. Wrist arm reaches forward. These hips go back. You can have hands on hips if you want. Into a triangle. Now look down. Sweep the bottom arm. Bend that knee. So you get into 90-ish. Then you come right back into a sun warrior. And you should be able to look up at the sky. So you're not rolled forward. Stretch both legs straight. Squeeze your bum a lot. Reach. Send your hips that way to a nice triangle. It does not matter how far you go. One more time. Bend your knee. Sweep and lift. Find a nice side bend opening. Make it feel good. Remember rule number 2. Stretch both legs straight. Really squeeze your butt. Really press into your feet. Really lift up your belly. Find a triangle. So you're kind of flat against a nice invisible wall. Your belly's in. Your spine is long. Let's do one circle. Reach. Reach. You don't have to touch the floor. You're just trying to make a big circle. And then open it up. So don't fight with your triangle. Look down, bend your front knee. This arm scoops up. This arm comes around behind, and you grab onto a cloud, and you float across the sky. So if anything got tense, this is your chance to untense, right? Remember to breathe and float. Now as you come across, not yet, when you're ready, a little hook, a little step out, a little high five. There's that. 2 loops. You breathe, and then you be gentle on that little butterfly wing, right? One more loop. Little relax. Swing that heel back. Swing those toes this way. Everything is straight. And then you just bend this knee. And you want it to be open so you can see your toes if you looked. Straighten up, stretch, tall, tall, tall. Drop your shoulders. And open. That front knee just bends. The beautiful warrior 2. Squeeze your bum. Side bend. The knee doesn't straighten as you side bend yet. And then you straighten your knee. Stretch longer. Turn all your muscles on. You can have hands here if it hurts your back or if it feels better. And you come to a triangle. Find a beautiful stretch. Bend that front knee. The bottom hand scoops. That front knee stays bent. You come to a side bend. Can you still see the sky? It's a sun warrior. Stretch both legs straight. Squeeze your bum, turn on your abs. Stay long and tall. Try to take up more space. To a triangle. How about one more? Bend that knee. Sweep the arm. Keep that knee opening. Use those big, strong legs. They carry us around. They must have some strength. Straighten both legs. Lift up your belly. Stretch. And here's our triangle. Bum goes that way. Press strongly on the floor. It doesn't matter where your hand goes. How about one circle? Reach. Make that a big, beautiful circle full of chi. Open. Ah. Look down, bend that front knee, scoop up. Turn to the front and hug the big tree. Relax. Bring your feet in. Open the door. Breath in. Breath out. Where are we? Yes. Another breath in while I read my list. We got it. We got it. Hug the big tree. Let it float up into the sky. We're only a few days from the full moon. So tip that moon over. So you keep facing forward and you only go as far as you can go and still breathe. Breathe in, come on up. And it's not hurting, right? Tip over, over, over. Do you want to stretch your ribs more? Maybe. Breath in, use your abs. Shoulders will drop. Now I'm going to turn this foot out a little bit to help me. And I'm going to start to shift my weight slowly. I'm building a house of cards, a house of Heather. One arm down, one arm up. Woo! Gently try practicing lifting that back leg to a floating half moon. How much can you float? Who remembers Joe Louise and half moons? Float up, or was that just me? I ate those in high school. The other foot goes out. Maybe they didn't have them everywhere. Sink. So just slowly find that energy spot. There's a rope up here I can hold on to. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to hold on. Tip, 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 tip. Stretch your spine. Stretch your arms. Stretch your legs. And then relax. Come up through the center with control. Lift your arms. Drift down in the front. Hands flatten. Relax. Angel wings. Float up. Elbows halfway. Stretch up super tall. How tall can you get? And then sparkle. Relax. Sink. All those good little stardust sparkles everywhere. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to go up, up, up onto your toes. Lift up in slow-mo. Steal the peaches. Up, up, up. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your butt. Squeeze your shoulders. This is a good one. If you have neck tension, look over your shoulder. Can you stay balanced on your toes? Look over your other shoulder. Don't cause any pain, right? Come back to the center, she says. Slowly sink. Imagine that if you keep going, the slower you go, the further you can go. Sink, 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 sink. This is a move to release shoulder tension, by the way. We're going to do another. Melt it down. I like it in slow-mo better. Up onto your toes, lift, 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 lift your belly, squeeze your bum, feel your waist get longer, feel your shoulders scrunch. This is the only time you get to scrunch. Look over your shoulder, so enjoy it. Come back to the center. Keep squeezing. Look over the other shoulder. Come back to the center. Slowly. Feel that. If you keep going slow, you could keep going and 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 going. Breathe in, float up. Scoop up all this good chi. Bring it in. Sink. Buddha belly. Float up. Wrap your arms. Scoop, 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 scoop. As much as you can. Bring it up and give it a little heart kiss. Shoulders drop. Over the top. As much goodness as you can. Press it down into a tight little package. Make a little diamond shape with your hands. Float up. And send that chi Care Bear stare to the world. Or anybody in particular you want. Send some love on out. Stretch. And then dun, da, da, float up. Bring in some for you too. Exhale. Why not? Cross the wrists. Up through the center. Lift. We should all send ourselves love. Sink down. Another big circle. Up through the center. Float up, 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 up. Shoulders will drop. You just feel floating, open. And the next one is just shoulder high. So drift up, hands float apart, and a little. One of your feet steps in. A little bow for my friends. Dun, da, da. Happy autumn. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, great. As for Julian Half Moon in Quebec, we had them.
Joe Louis half moons, right? Flakies.
High school, oh yeah, in high school.
So did you have
What are
those?
they?
So they're pastries. They're like ding dongs.
Oh,
Yeah. So it was the Canadian version of ding dongs. So
Yeah.
the Joe Louis was like chocolate cake with cream. Chocolate. It was in the shape of a circle. It was shaped of a moon, and it was covered in chocolate. And the half moon was the same thing, cut in half.
But
And-
no chocolate on it.
Well, you could get a chocolate one after a while.
Yeah. Well,
But the
we
regular
had
was
the-
just a white cake.
yeah, white cake.
And the flaky
we
was
had
like a
the
pastry.
We had also the brown cake with the white filling.
Right.
But it was, I think the company was Vachon. So I
Vachon.
think it was, yeah, it was Canadian Quebecer.
Joy, are you untwisted?
Hey,
We were trying to untwist Joy. Oh, we could have done eagle.
yeah,
But that's
there you
okay.
go. That's kind of twisty.
Right?
Yeah.
And can you believe next week is October?
Yeah, I know.
Cheers
But-
to October.
I was looking at the weather Meteo Media channel and it was crazy. I will tell you the temperature in centigrade because they were telling us maybe next Wednesday, 27 degrees centigrade.
27
Wow.
degrees?
Centigrade, that's hot for 4th of October.
That's
Yeah.
not right.
That's not right. No,
That's not right.
I presume they're making it when it's long term. They always miss the target. But I was saying you're very optimistic for 4th of October.
That's just that shouldn't be.
No, it's not normal. No, I'm with you, but it's not.
I think I have the
kind of
wrong
weather we
message
get
scroll.
in October. No.
So the leaves are turning here, and Rula says the leaves are turning up north. Well, she's not really north; she's eastish right now. The leaves are turning, and Brad was up in Algonquin Park. The leaves are turning. So 27 will really confuse the animals and the plants,
Yes, that's confusing.
right? So let's.
It's 81 in Fahrenheit.
That's too hot. That's too hot for October.
For October, yeah.
I mean, I was just saying at the beginning, I like taking out my fall hats and sweaters and coats and all those things that I enjoy. right?
You will have to go for t-shirts.
Damn
because
it.
it's fun. You never know.
So, oh my
Next
gosh,
week,
by the
I'll-
way, there's
I'll tell
no
you
class
next.
next week.
There's no class?
I'm going to be flying. Oh, no, wait. Maybe there is a class. There is a class. Never mind.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm flying to LA that day,
Oh, okay.
for a
Do you have
wedding.
time? Yeah.
but
You have time?
but I'm leaving later. So yes, there is
Okay.
a class. I was looking at the calendar.
So we'll see on next Wednesday if it's true or not.
Yes. Take note. Is it true or not?
Yes.
Let's hope that it's not true and that we continue to the regular seasons, because part of the thing I like about living where I live is I actually have 4 seasons mostly, or I'm supposed to have 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Some of them are gone in like overnight, but we move through the seasons. I like change. You know, if I had the same thing, my personality is the same thing every day would be too boring.
mhm.
So I like things. That's why I do so many things, probably, right? I like change and doing things and trying things and
You
Being-
like variety.
being curious.
Yeah.
I've traveled through my life with curiosity, right? I don't like turning away from you. You're not even really here.
Well,
Don't let me cough
it's
on you.
a reflex. It's okay. It's a good reflex.
It is a good reflex.
Are we still have to cough into our arm?
Yes.
You have to.
It's what's the vampire? It's the vampire cough, isn't it?
Oh.
But it's
I have
also
a
giving
big-
yourself a hug,
And a big cape. Mm.
right? So let's incorporate it. One, because we got stuff to do. I'm going to a cottage. So today, do something that makes you happy. Well, every day. Today, I'm going to go to a cottage. Number 2, give yourself a hug while you cough. The vampire hug. And number 3, life keeps happening. That's why we keep going with the flow. Doo-doo-doo.
Yes,
Right?
flowing.
And I will see you next week.
Yay.
And I will remember
you,
to put the
Sugar.
Zoom room in the link
Yeah.
this time. All right,
Found
my
it.
friends.
Yay.
Have an amazing week, okay?
You too.
Okay.
Thank you. You too.
Take
Thanks
care,
a
you
lot.
guys.
Love,
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
love to everybody. Bye.
Zoomers, Zoom. I will see you next week. Have a fabulous week.